Hi everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And it's Friday, so it's Oberon's outlook on the emotional exchanges. My weekly reading about relationships, romantic and close, for the upcoming week. And of course that week is August 12th till the 19th. So hopefully you'll get some good news here. Thanks for checking it out. I read exclusively from the Final Rose Tarot, which is very love relationship oriented. I pull 3 cards for each of the elemental signs of the Zodiac: air, fire, water, and earth, telling you various factors going on in your emotional landscape. And I will also pull an additional card for each sign of the Zodiac from the Egipicios Kier Tarot, which I use for the word of the week for each sign. So we're going to get started right now. And of course, we're pulling for our air signs first: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And our first position relates to the concept of what brings us emotional happiness for the week. And it's the Two of Cups, Two of Flutes. So it's kind of like you hit the jackpot. This talks about maybe forging a relationship or finding trust, harmony, coupling in a relationship. So it's a very good sign for you if you are relationship minded, or if you are kind of embroidering on the idea of a relationship. And I have a lot of... So the next card then is the position that relates to what your emotional challenge or surprise is this week. And you have the High Priestess upright. It says the Seeker. So I'm just going to say that the emotional challenges, you may be able to help someone very much needing help in their own emotional relationship situation. Somebody is coming to you perhaps as an advisor, as it says, perhaps just as a friend, needing a little bit of counsel about their own relationship surprises. I suppose the challenge is that either you haven't really done this very much, or you don't feel comfortable doing it, or maybe it's possible that you didn't really see yourself as giving advice. Maybe you thought you would be seeking advice. But either way, it is happening. So then finally, for the air signs, what may concern those around you, like, you know, your friends or loved ones? What will be the emotional things they might be going through? And there's a reversed Ace of Wands. So I'm thinking that the thing that your loved ones are going through is maybe feeling that they've been waiting for something pleasant, perhaps from you or someone they love, and it just seems like it's never getting there. They've been waiting for their perfect date or their perfect event of some sort that maybe involves happiness with the people they care about. And it just doesn't seem to be working out for them, or at least that's how they feel about it right now. So we're going to move on to the word of the week, as I mentioned. And the word of the week is from the Egipicios Kier Tarot. It's an Egyptian-themed deck that tends to use words for all of the arcana, both major and minor arcana. There's literally no distinction, no suits. There's just 78 cards, numbered 1 through 78. But I find it a very good deck to work with for the sake of the emotional exchanges, giving us that word of the week. So therefore, air sign Gemini, what is your word of the week? Your word of the week is solitude. It is perhaps telling you that this is the time that maybe you need to be more amongst yourself or with those you really love. Maybe you need to counsel your own self. Maybe this is the surprise, is you need to look into yourself for that inner wisdom about your relationship situations. That's the solitude angle there. Can solitude apply to this maybe? It just may be too that people around you who are experiencing that situation, that sort of feeling like nothing's really happening for them, maybe they just need to be left alone too. And so maybe that's also a part of the advisory stuff you can give. Now for Libra, well, Libra gets the opposite. They get hostility. And hostility may be saying, I think, that maybe there is some provocation here in some of this, more likely coming from that last card, the feeling of, never having, the perfect date work out for them, that kind of thing. The hostility may be indicating that for whatever reasons, Libra, you may be receiving some excessive emotions and anger. Maybe the situation involves a third wheel who has now seen that writing on the wall. I don't really know, but be prepared to have hostile feelings or to possibly feel like you're going to have hostile feelings your own self. So just stay in control, Libra. Just stay in control. And then finally, with the Aquarians, maybe you three ought to get together. Justice. So look to the Aquarians to have maybe a better idea. Aquarians are emulating the ideas of Libra as an air sign, seeking fairness and balance, being generous, or meting out appropriate, I don't want to say punitiveness, but that's the only word that works. You know what I mean, air signs. So that's what I have for the air signs this week. It looks like a mixed week, of course. So now we're going to move on to the fire signs. And the fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What's going on for them in that emotional department? Are things getting steamy? Downright hot? Aries knows how to make the temperatures rise. Let's see what's going on this week for them. So what will bring, and I'm sorry, this is for all the fire signs, not just Aries, even if they think they are the only fire sign. Ha ha ha. So, fire signs, what brings your emotional happiness this week? And it's the Page of Mirrors. That's the Page of Swords. It says gossip. Well, Pages of Swords are usually about, maybe social graces, social standing. So maybe that, you will find people are gravitating to you, fire signs, because they either wish to share gossip or they wish you to share your gossip. But more likely it's not gossip so much as maybe just information about things that are important to know about. It may concern, finding out who is interested in who and how that can be advanced. All right, so then what is the emotional challenge for the fire signs? Ooh, it's the Queen of Roses. It says the Beauty Queen. Miss USA, second place. Well, the Queen of Roses is the Queen of Wands, and in my book, when it comes to things romantically, the Queen of Wands probably does not willingly take second place to anyone. I sort of feel this energy suggests to you that you are really putting yourself out for an emotional expectation of something grand happening. Maybe you're not going to win a beauty pageant, but maybe you're going to succeed romantically or in relationship situations very well. It's talking about charisma and the energy of being magnetic. Maybe there's a party you're going to and you're going to be the light of the party. So it hardly sounds like a challenge, definitely more of a surprise. And then finally, what will concern others around you emotionally speaking? And it's justice reversed, the hot seat. And the hot seat would seem to suggest that those around you maybe feel they're not appreciated, they're not understood in romantic or strong friendship manners. They may feel they are being misjudged by you or by others, not sure. And so they need to be handled delicately, fire signs. If it was literally you that maybe put somebody in the hot seat, you should think about your words a little bit. It may be you were rash, fire sign, impatient. You meant well, just let them know that. All right, so then the word of the week from the Egipicios Kier for the fire signs. And first up will be Aries. Aries, what is the word of the week for you? Immortality, which is 13. That's death, and I don't think this one means change so much in terms of relationships, but maybe finding the idea of a sense of permanency, because it's immortality. So maybe Aries will really be looking at the ways they can find themselves structuring a sense of permanency in their love life or in their relationship lives. And then for Leo, you have number 27, the unexpected. This has come up before, not necessarily for Leo, but I'm thinking Leo in relationships, there may be something unexpected, something also scorpionic change showing there. It could be something that really was under the surface, comes to light and maybe provokes an action, a response from you that you will have to meet. Then finally for fire signs, Sagittarius. Sagittarius gets Major Arcana 17, the star. Sagittarians, your star is at peace, as Captain Marvel used to say. Sagittarians, you are feeling very buoyed by the sense of a true destiny you perceive. You feel very at ease with this. It is a sense of expectation, unlike the unexpected for your fellow fire sign Leo. All right, so now we're going to move on to our water sign friends. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Water signs are built for being emotional. They are a bucket of water at times. They are an ocean of emotions. I know because I am one. I'm a Scorpio. So let's see what's going on for all the water signs this week. And Cancer, water signs. Water signs, you have the reversed devil as what is bringing emotional happiness to you. This is a good card, the devil reverse. This is maybe saying you have freed yourself from certain bonds or obligations. You are looking at romance or strong relationships a little bit differently. Not so much as like there's an obligation there maybe, but that there actually is a freedom of expression. And then what is challenging to the water signs this week, and it is once again Justice reversed, the hot seat. And I think what's challenging is that once again water signs may be feeling like there are judgments that are not, situations that maybe call for decisions or judgments, and you're not feeling like those situations are working for you, or that you feel confident about going with the right plan. You know, a lot of times Justice Reverse could be talking about unfairness too, and maybe you feel that somebody is being unfair to you, or that you feel your options left in relationships may be viewed that way too. So you want to be careful, water signs. Then finally, what is of concern to someone around you you care about? Maybe they're your family, but maybe they're also co-workers, people you know from religion or other walks of life, their children, their neighbors down the street. And what is of concern perhaps is you may realize that somebody will be inviting you to a wedding or a celebration of happiness. Maybe it's an engagement party, maybe it's just the announcement of a new couple. But I think what will concern those around you is they are feeling strong feelings of love with someone. I don't believe this is about somebody loving you. I think this is just somebody you're connected to. So don't be surprised if you hear big news about a couple you know or about a couple that you may know. So then moving to the word of the week with our Egipicios Kier Tarot. Looking for the word of the week for each of the water signs. What else can I tell water signs this week? That would be nice. All right. Cancer. Cancer is the navigator. You have the navigator card. The navigator. You are the person who, within the terms of emotionality cancers, you're the one that's sort of guiding things along. You may not necessarily be making great progress. You're the one who basically plots the course. So this is not about the actual movement of the relationship. This is sort of looking at the contours of how you wish it to go. And then for Scorpios, yes, Scorpio, the provider, ain't it the truth? Scorpios, I think that in terms of relationships, people you love, you are in the role of the provider. You are probably helping somebody you really care about because it's the right thing to do, but they need it too. Somebody needs your attention, Scorpio. Look around and see who that is. It may be physical, it may be emotional, it may be something else even. And then Pisces. Pisces gets our Justice card again. And Justice has shown up several times in these readings. And Pisces, for you, I think this is saying, and you are a sign of duality too, a sign of deciding things one way or the other way. Justice is saying, in terms of a relationship you're involved in or know of or have influence in, you're doing the right thing. Whatever you feel needs to be that right decision. If you know it in your heart, then it is most likely very true. So that's it for the water signs. And now we're going to go on to our earth sign friends. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. You're up. What's going on in your emotional life this week? What will rock your boat? Maybe it's another water sign, if you get my meaning. All right, earth signs. What brings you emotional happiness this week? Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho. This is so interesting because you got the devil. Only this time it's not reversed. So I think earth signs' emotional happiness comes from a sense of maybe not being imprisoned, but maybe really, we're going to go with that physicality of the devil, the sense of physical pleasures that maybe for the earth signs, you are really looking at, getting down and dirty. I mean, maybe you're scratching the bone, you're scratching the itch this week. There's no pleasant way to say this, but saying that maybe you are addicted to love this week, earth signs. You might as well face it. So then what causes emotional surprises or challenges for you? And it's the Six of Swords upright. I'm wondering if there's a connection here too, because maybe I'm wondering if this sort of involves like an old flame, somebody from the past, an old relationship could even go back to much earlier, and maybe there's that sense of a draw or a connection. You know, there's something very obsessive about the devil showing up in an emotional exchange reading, and then when you see that the challenger's surprise could be something about the past, I'm wondering if maybe this could be indicating that a significant ex or significant former relationship could appear that would be very challenging for earth signs. So then what is of concern to those around you, other people that you do care about, whether they are your actual lovers or spouses, or whether they're your parents or your children, your cousins you care about, neighbors, the postman down who's delivering the mail to you. Hey, we talked to ours, why not? So what is of concern, of course, is the Ten of Wands, Ten of Roses, says shoulder to cry on. And it may very well be that someone around you, earth signs, of those people that I named, is aching inside. Emotionally, they feel they have more than they can handle. They have many burdens that mostly shed a downlight on their emotional situations. So I want you to consider being there for people that maybe are looking for that shoulder to cry on. Hoping it's not anything major, like major heartaches or breakups. So let's finish this puppy with the word of the week for our earth sign friends. Let's see what kind of final word or notice we can give them. Earth sign Taurus. You have the High Priest, the Hierophant. Don't be a dog. In joke, Anubis. But no, for Taurus, this could be saying this is the time for you to really sort of stand above the fray a little bit in terms of concepts that are maybe abstract, like good, evil, love, hate, dark, light. This is saying maybe you don't want to get involved in anybody else's situation, especially as it may affect you, about what is conventional, what is non-conventional, what is orthodox, what is non-orthodox. Stay above that fray for at least this week. Now, Virgo, you have the obelisk, that's the tower. And of course, the only thing I can say about that is that we know that the tower means a lesson that needs to be learned, will be learned. Please be aware that there is some breaking down of things that have occurred to bring this lesson to you. It doesn't have to be a severe breaking down. It could be one of those things where the sooner you understand the lesson, the quicker it is to move on past that. And then finally, Capricorn, word of the week. And Capricorn, you have the Hermit. And you know, I think it's an interesting card. I think we had solitude show up for one of the words of the week too. The Hermit is probably more exemplary of that fact. The Hermit may be saying that from an emotional point of view, this is the week where maybe you're a little bit more abstract, you're a little bit more delving into what's going on in your relationship. Maybe you're really philosophically, emotionally, in other ways, really meditating on your heart space, what part of that space fills and mixes with the heart spaces of others. It's a very grand thing. I think you are really literally meditating on the nature of love, whether you're in love yourself or whether you want to view love as an unconditional, powerful, abstract force of reality. So, that was my emotional exchanges for the week. And I didn't adjust the camera back, so I'm sitting here a little bit in shadow, nothing personal. but just reminding everybody to watch Happy Hour tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then on Sunday, watch Banshee's Emotional Exchanges at 10 a.m. and our live stream from 2 to 4 p.m. So that's it for this week. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time.